Yo, what's good? It's your boy McKeezy, aka Lil from the CO, aka Lil Mama Key, and today we're back with another tutorial. And today's tutorial, it's another Cricut tutorial. And today's tutorial, it's gonna be showing you guys how to make big decals for vans. You don't have to just use this method for vans. You can use this for anything. I use it for big wall decals, like posters, a lot of just, you know what I mean? We're getting things bigger than than you thought you could in your Cricut. So I have the Cricut Explorer 2, so you know there's a limited amount of space that you think you can cut, so but there's not. So in my example, I used it for a van, but I didn't really show the insides. I used it for a van anyway. But before we get into me like cutting it out and doing all the Cricut size, I want to show you the computer size of things. So I don't have the exact project files that I was using, so I made this one up here for you guys. If I just go up here, shrink myself, move this right here, okay, and then get this out the way. So here you see I got my name. I just wrote it right here, quick and bang font. See, it's about 25. And see this little thing up here lets you know you can't cut this out of your Cricut, no matter if you have the 12 by 12 mat or the 12 by 23 mat. 24 mat. You're still not gonna be able to cut this out. It's still gonna ask you to shrink it. And I know a lot of times you don't want to be telling people if you're doing this as a business, you want to get it as big as as you want it. Or if you're doing this for yourself, you want that certain size. You don't want to be limited. So here's a way to unlimit yourself. So there is a couple things. So you might have to make weird cuts and then put it back together with this method, or you might have to sometimes shrink it. See this one right here, 11 by you gotta have that as 11.5 if you just don't want to do too much. So yeah, so here we are. So yeah, that's just two little tips real quick. So if we go over here to the shapes, and you can follow along with the mobile app as well as on the computer. I'm just using the computer because it's just convenient for me. So as you see right here, it tells you gotta have it smaller than this. So, and everybody already knows you can't, even if you have a 12 by 12 mat, you can't cut exactly 12 by 12. It's gotta be 11.5 by 11.5. So if you go up here to this little square, your shape here, and you go to 11.5 and enter, this is representing your cut space right here. So if you kind of see where I'm going, so you just place this over there. So back to what I was saying, maybe if you want the drawbacks to this method, see you got this little part right here sticking under. You're gonna have to make an extra cut for that. So when I say extra cut, you'll see what I mean in a second. I'm gonna just go down here just to make it easier. Cover up this full leather, make sure everything's covered. You can turn it on and off, make sure everything's up in there. And then you just drag and hold both of those, or select them both, or you can just go over to the side and press Control, and then just press slice. Give it a little second. So while this loading up, basically what this is just cutting out different layers for you. Instead of having it all on one big block and one big section of wording or whatever, you can do this with any type of logo, symbol, picture, or whatever. You got a big Mickey Mouse picture, this is the method to do it, to get it cut out, you know what I mean? And then boom, you move it right here, and you see it separated. So let me just like these two, and this is your cut right here. So if you go over to make it, and the Leo part is still a little too long because we gotta slide that part down, but usually if you cut it right, but you kind of see where I'm going. You can just see, you can plan out your cuts, and then you can still cut that big size, and then you just gotta, you know what I mean? See how you can then put it back together later on, as I'm gonna show you later here in a second how I did it. So I did that method that I just showed you in Premiere. He had his logo already made. His logo was like a green, green and blue, one color on top, one color on the bottom. Then we added in his number and a list of everything he did. And I did this on a white van, so we did it on both sides, and then on the back, like the back door a little bit smaller though. So with the method that I just showed you before, I was able to see how many rolls of vinyl I would need beforehand that can kind of help. I did get like a little extra just in case I messed up, but I could return that. I think I did, or I just kept it for, you know, for later. As well as, yeah, you know, just prepping it. So I already knew what I had to do. And I, time-wise, in the computer, you saw it, like once you got your logo, the main thing is going to just figuring out size and color and what kind of vinyl you want to do in the computer, and what, I mean, kind of, you know, material you're using in the computer. And then cutting out may take you a while depending on what type of font you use and like how complex your shapes are. A rule of, a little tip for you guys, try with the Cricut. Yes, it's really precise and you can get off some nice complex cuts, but try not to make them too small, because things really small and complex are really like, is like doomed for failure, because like either the Cricut will cut it, or you'll try to weed it out and mess it up, or the Cricut just won't cut too like cut it all the way through, and it, I mean, it's kind of failure from there. So just keep that in mind. It does cut small, but like try to keep it to straight lines and circles, and just, I mean, not too complex stuff, you know what I mean? So yeah, I got everything ready and organized. Got all my vinyl ready for this project, and I got all the size, and I went out and I did the measurements myself and asked him, was that cool? He was all right with it. He just wanted it as big as he can get it. And this was like one of the first projects, not my first time using that the method I showed you, because I used it a different method, like with an online app, but this is my first time using the Cricut method, where I split it up like that, and it was way easier and funner for me. And then like it really gave me a lot of confidence, because I thought I was gonna have to tell him like, man, I can only do it so small and like miss out on some big money. So it really came through and came in handy. So like I said, the longest thing is just, you know, putting it in the Cricut and like how long your like what type of font you got. That's what's gonna make me take the cutting the longest. I did it overnight, so that's why it kind of seemed kind of longer for me, but it really only took like an hour, just changing them back and forth. It was pretty easy. Now weeding and taking apart the vinyl and getting ready, that's another story. That does take quite a while. So be ready for that, please. Like if you telling somebody you can get it done by the next day, let them like keep that weeding and like that time in mind, because like, yeah, you can get it cut real fast, but you get it loaded and cut it real fast and even design really fast, all in like an hour, if you know what I mean, depending on the design. But then that weeding could take like a while, because you're not trying to damage the product or damage the design until where you got to go back and redo it again. So keep that in mind, because that has happened to me a lot, and something like that happened on this project, but we'll get to it in a second. Let me just skip ahead here. Sorry. So after I got everything weeded out, I laid it all across, you know, just got it all organized. As I said, he wanted it on basically three sides, but two big ones. So I did all the colors on one piece of vinyl instead of just, you know, if you knew how to layer your vinyl on your mats, you can do it like that. I do it sometimes, but for this project, it was like my first time doing a big size professional cut like that. So I'm like, nah, let me just do it the right way. So I put all the colors on one, and then I just knew I was gonna go through and like cut it out on the backing paper and put them by each other. So that's what I did. I had lined them all up, so instead of like, you can go by eye, you know, keep them all separated, and you like, you know, I want to have this green part right here, and then I'm gonna just go ahead and take this blue part. But like, now I just had to cut them out see why. So after I cut them out and laid them all down, I had cut them all individually, you know what I mean, out to, you know what I mean, their own type stickers basically, to where I can like basically have the how I will have it on one side of the van. So I have the whole design out. So and then I start putting it on construction paper so I can have some structure, and I can just have it moving as one big piece and one big decal. In my mind at first, I was gonna just, the way my tape, I was gonna put it on there, it's kind of wide tape. So I was gonna just put a couple pieces so I can just peel it all back at once and put it up there at once, which kind of would have been great. But I wanted to just do it individually, so I'll just cut in between it on the layer, just doing a little peeling method, and just keeping the tape and everything in place and stuff. So there's a bunch of different methods you can use to apply it, but that's just basically what I did. Yeah. But before I get into all that, we could talk about prep work of the van. Before, when I'm doing any type of decals, whether it's big or small, you always want to make sure that area is clean. I recommend getting the whole van clean. You can have them go to the car wash or just hose it off, and then you yourself, before you apply the sticker, or whoever is applying the sticker, just take an alcohol pad, or me, I had to spray and just wipe the car down, because even after you do the washing, you're gonna come up with a bunch of residue on that car. You don't want anything messing with the adhesion of the vinyl. And you let it dry a little second before you apply the stickers or whatever, the vinyl or the decals. And yeah, you just make sure there's no dust or any type of debris under there that can cause any type of peeling or air bumps or air bubbles that you wouldn't like. So yeah, and then like I said, I tried to, at first my plan when I attached it was to put it up as one big decal, keep everything in one space. I mean, keep it all up as one sticker and just put it up there at one time. But everything was like, it wasn't going as planned for me. I'm like, let me just do it. I was kind of nervous, so I just started cutting it around and placing it up there. And I got it up there, but I did have a few hiccups along the way. One of them was when I was applying it, I was taping it up there to set it up there to see before I did the tape, before I start applying it to the car. And as I started doing, I got one side all the way did, and then on the last side I had got mostly everything did except for like one half of the top. I had worked my way up from the letters all the way up, and I was on the side of the house and the car part, and a big gust of wind had shut the transfer tape and the vinyl closed. So you guys know when tape closes, it's kind of hard to get it open, but with vinyl, it's like nearly impossible sometimes. And like, yeah, this time I just had to crumple it up and take that loss. I cut around it and could save a lot of it, but I had to come back and do another cut, and that was good. I bought, I think that's why I bought the extra vinyl, so I wasn't tripping too much. I had enough vinyl to do it where I didn't have to go spend more money or lose out, or like, lose out on any of my profits or anything like that. So that was cool. I went back and I did it like the next day and finished it up for him, and it was cool. Another thing is, I don't know if you guys see it. I'm gonna try to put it up here in the video. But on the list of jobs that list of services he offer, I'm not a contractor, or I'm not into construction and stuff like that, or whatever he does. I don't really know like all the things. So it was on the last thing on the list, he had the word pairing. I'm like, okay, I don't know what that is. That just seems like a service you do, is pairing. And he told me like a couple days later, like, hey, my wife and daughter pointed out that they asked me what pairing was. I don't know. And like, I looked at the van, we accidentally put pairing instead of painting. I'm like, oh. So it was kind of, I was tripping out. I'm like, dang, because this is permanent vinyl I should have said that at the beginning, you guys. I was using permanent vinyl on the cars because I wanted it to last longer. I didn't know what like if it was gonna come off, but it came right off. Just sprayed with a little alcohol, and I was able to replace those letters. Or yeah, I think I just did like from repair and just repainted it with paint and just kept everything in there and got it all done. But it was pretty fun. It was a great project. I made some great money on there, and it started off a nice little service for me to offer, because I have multiple people come back and hit me up for these, and it's still on there to this day. It's been almost 2 years. I know it's been a while since I recorded this video and I didn't drop it, but that's been on there for almost 2 years, and I still see it to this day, and I'm really proud of my work. Right here I'm gonna show you a little bit. You can go to my TikTok, Instagrams, and all my other social medias to see this video in full, but here's a clip of me doing another video, another van for my homie. Just wanted to show you, yeah, I do like different designs and stuff like that. I got a large format printer, a Canon printer. That's where I did the wrenches and stuff like that at. But yeah, I did multiple vans so far, and it's a real fun and great, a real profitable service. And I think you guys should offer it, or at least look into it. Or I hope this the method, you know, got you inspired to work and do something with this. Anyway, with that being said, I thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys learned something. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and follow the channel if you like, as well as follow some of my other channels. If you like the tech reviews and behind the scenes stuff, you can follow my YouTube channel, Demina McKeezy. If you want to hear like some of the music that you hear playing, I have an official artist page on YouTube at Leo Mama McKee, as well as you can find me under Leo Mama McKee on all the social medias everywhere. I'm pretty sure I'm on all of them. You can find my music streaming on all of the streaming services. And if you just want to see all my wacky videos, my beat making videos, movies, upcoming trailers, and just videos that I do for other people, other people's music videos and stuff like that I shoot, check out my McKeezy Media page, which is on YouTube, and it's on Facebook. It's all over the socials as well, Twitch, everywhere. Check that out. If you just want to check the links below if you just want to stay in touch with me and just see what I got going on. And I thank you guys so much for subscribing and just rocking with your boy. Thank you guys, and have a great day.